I told myself I'd take a more hands-on approach than Brandon. I'd focus on the keep and avoid politics. Turns out, that's about all I can do anyway. Brandon left us in a precarious position with Camelot. They wouldn't even let me choose my own quartermaster. I'll take time to rebuild their trust, if that's even possible. Still, it could have been worse. Much worse. It's too early to say if he'll be good at the job, but the problem is, he's not one of us, and he's never shown much respect for the Keepers. That role should have gone to one of my men, but Brendan's betrayal made that impossible. We need their support now more than ever, and I'm glad they're finally paying attention to us. But this isn't how I wanted things to go. I hoped Camelot would see us as their strength in the south, a strength that just needed fostering. Instead, they treat us like a den of vipers, something they have to keep under constant watch in case we betray them again. That's true. Whatever the reasoning, Camelot's support should help stabilize the region. Hopefully, we'll appoint new keepers and finally put an end to the bandit problem. Don't get me wrong, I still believe this is the best outcome we could have hoped for after the mess Brandon made. It'll secure our future, but his betrayal left a stain on the keepers, and it weighs on me. Maybe more than it should.
Quartermaster, finally! About time someone noticed my talents. Vergas can play captain all he likes. I'll be the one deciding who eats, fights, or freezes. Please, state your business. You're my favorite killer. Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophies? I would.
Blessings upon you. Finally, some sense returning to the world. Their win is a blessing. For the South and for the Church. Only thing that worries me is young Killian being quartermaster. Let's just hope he knows what he's doing. May Kai's word always guide you. In the word, you will find solace.
to summon me again. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself, and when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice. It does. Tradition is tradition, and none of us can deny that. You've earned this honor, even though something tells me you won't remain here for long. Very well then. Kneel. In shadows and flame, we stand. In burden and blood, we endure. We guard the fragile, we mend the broken, and carry the weight that others cannot. We are the light that cuts through the storm, the beacon that guides when all seems lost, the line that bends but does not break, the hands that shield when hope falters. By this vow, you are bound. By this duty, you are capped. Rise, Keeper. Wherever you go, stay true to your oaths, and remember, now you have a home and brothers to return to. Now that you're one of us, how about a special assignment? You know the land, and you've shown you're tough enough to handle it. We, on the other hand, were stuck inside the keep. That gave the bandits time to spread like wildfire. We could use a head start in clearing them out. Great. Here's a list of the places we need help clearing out.
Please, state your business. Do you keep...
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
Well, it's definitely going to be harder to do business with him than it was with Brandon, that's for sure. Ugh, poor bastard. Not like he didn't have it coming, though. He had some good ideas for this place, but treason is treason. Now, Fergus is going to bury the horns of the South in the past, much to Camelot's delight. But that's really not my problem. As long as there's money, I'll stick around. And when it dries up, I'll be long gone.
Your road ends here.
Nice to have a break. Nice to see you.
step.
Who's there? What do you want? We're just sitting here, not bothering anybody, so there's no need to bother us. Working hard. We're gathering people. But we don't need anything from you. You've got some guts, walking right up to a pair of Dalrita without even flinching. Well, well.
Impressive, indeed.
We're Dalrita. We make sure that the Camelot scum infesting Kuanach don't even dare to think about heading south. Imagine, a Camelotian who's also a deserter. Unbelievable. Even Grindylows have their honor, unlike those scum. And catching a deserter? Now that's a real treat. We do what any honorable warrior would do with deserters. We help Camelot get rid of their cowards. You could say those vermin owe us a debt. Thanks to us, they're well fed. and Denham pays us handsomely. A Camelot legate. He commands the rabble you see swarming in Kuanach. He's decent enough, and he pays a good price for deserters' scalps. Aye, there are. We've been here for 2 years now, and they're multiplying like vermin.
It all seemed innocent at first. They were just supposed to help the local lord mine resources.
Ha, sure. And those nitwicks from Kuanach fell for it like naive children. So when the troops arrived, they were caught completely off guard. The Red Priests came along with the troops, and then, out of nowhere, the Red Death resurfaced. Even now, as the Camelotians aim to take the Menhir, the village is torn. Some want to go to Camelot, others want to stay. It's a complete mess in there, Mathair help me.
She won't. The goddess doesn't like people like us.
Shut your mouth. You're flapping your gums like a wench in a brothel. Anything else? Or will you be on your way? Good hunting.
Hey, are you with the guild too? I'm waiting on someone from the guild. You know which guild. And if you don't know, well, I might just have to kill you. Ha! I knew it! I just knew you were with the children. Are you here to give me my assignment? Luth said someone would be coming soon with my first task. My first task? I can't wait! Yeah, that's me. Edgar's brother. You've heard of him, right? He's already a fledgling. He's the one who convinced me to join the guild, and I can't wait to get started. He told me the first tasks aren't too bad. You know, delivering messages, eavesdropping, that kind of thing. And I really hope so, because, to be honest, I get a little queasy at the sight of blood. But I'm sure I'll toughen up soon enough. So, do you have a task for me? I never really thought about it, to be honest. I guess I was a little jealous of my brother. He's doing so well. He's got food in his belly, decent clothes, and people actually respect him. These days, that's about as good as it gets. That's why I want to join. My brother always says I speak without thinking, and one day it's going to get me killed. But that's just who I am, you know? When I'm excited about something, I can't hold it in, or it feels like I'll burst. So, what does that mean? You're throwing me out before I even got the chance to prove myself? That's not fair! Let me prove myself! Wait, this is the test, isn't it? I'm supposed to kill you right now, right? That makes sense. Let's fight! You did well. Luth will be pleased. We don't need to anymore. You've finished your task. The real test was to see if your heart was too soft. We need people who follow orders, not those who put random strangers ahead of the commander's word. Loyalty is everything to the children of Morrigan. I'd rather you didn't. I've got more important things to do for our guild. And you've proven you can fight well enough. You might actually beat me, and then where would we be? He'll be waiting for you near Morrigan's Hollow. Here, I'll mark it on your map. May Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
Don't even say that. Someone comes, lights them in here, and then dies on all watch? People would be at my door with pitchforks.
He's waking up. Welcome back to the land of the living, our hero.
Help him up, Ansem. Welcome to my home. Quite a scene unfolded at the Menhir, with you at the heart of it. I can't decide if I'm more delighted or surprised. What was it that made the Menhir react to you? I see. You have a habit of not taking things seriously, don't you? But this is no trivial matter, so I demand respect. Come now, you must have a theory. The local men here have been rather lifeless for quite some time. Then you come along, breathe life into what was dead, and, whether you meant to or not, alter the course of our history. That's how I see it anyway. Tell me, do you know what this menhir represents? Is that so? That would be quite the discovery. The people of Avalon still believe the legend that Merlin, under King Arthur's command, raised the menhirs to protect us from the mist that spawns monsters. But none of this matters in our current situation. Here, the menhir represents something more. For some, it's a symbol of freedom and independence. Strength, if you will. It shows that the people of Connacht, my subjects, can face any challenge, even at the world's end. And for others, like our guest from Camelot, whom I'm sure you've seen, it's a symbol of power. Power once granted by King Arthur, and therefore by Camelot. And power that has been granted can be taken away. I'm well aware. And now we're also facing an outbreak of the Red Death, which will no doubt influence Camelot's decision on whether to offer my people shelter. But with the menhir reignited, the people of Connacht will be even less willing to give up and go to Camelot. If anything, I expect rebellion to break out. And bloodshed is something neither we nor the capital want. I don't know, to be honest. It's not something I could admit publicly, but I feel both sides have a point. I understand the people who don't want to abandon their homeland, and I understand the knights, who must face a long-lost terror and find a solution to an impossible problem. Believe me, being a lord in times like these is a heavy burden. Officially, they say they want to gather all the menhirs scattered across Avalon, set them around Camelot, and bring people there to ensure their safety. That is, if they can figure out how to restore the power of the menhirs. I don't think we know each other well enough to speak on unofficial terms. Palamiti's shield, you say? An unusual request. That shield rests beneath the menhir. And legend has it that it used to fuel its power for centuries. I don't mind if you look at it, touch it, whatever you need. Just don't take it. It's a treasured relic, and the people of Connacht are quite attached to it. And you're probably just as attached to your head, which you'll lose if we catch you trying to steal the shield. I want you to speak with Dinho, and try to calm him down. He's the commander of Camelot's forces stationed in Connacht, and as you probably imagine, your presence here didn't exactly make his job easier. With the menhir active again, everything could change. If you need anything, speak to Ansem. He's the one who decides what's worth my time.
A new face. I am Anselm, Major Domo to Lord Yvain. Any business to be done in Connacht usually passes through my hands first. From managing the court's affairs to ensuring Connacht doesn't collapse under its own weight, it's my duty to keep things running smoothly. Not an easy task, given the times. And you? What brings you here? Wandering so close to the heart of Connacht's business. You don't strike me as the idle type. Challenging doesn't begin to describe it. The court is the heart of Connacht, and if it falters, the rest follows. That's a heavy weight to bear. But if I'm honest, it's the plague that keeps me awake at night. I've seen what it does, how it spreads, how it steals lives without mercy. I lost my family to it. The only reason I'm still here is because I was locked away at court while they were quarantined. Since then, protecting this place, keeping it safe, has been more than a duty. It's been everything. Life at court is a delicate dance. It's calm on the surface, but underneath, there's always tension. Managing affairs, settling disputes, keeping the wheels turning. It's not for the faint of heart. Lord Yvain means well, but he makes decisions slowly, too slowly sometimes. Not that I complain. It's a role I've accepted, and one I'll carry out for as long as I'm needed. It's a quiet kind of chaos, but one we must master, for the sake of Connacht and those who call it home. Until next time, let's hope you bring good news. Startled me.
isn't this a sight? Gardens, the open sky, and a bit of quiet. Makes you think the world's not so bad after all. Neither did I, to tell the truth. One moment I'm by the sea listening to the waves. Next, poof, I'm here. Like the wind picked me up and set me down where it pleased. Aye, it's been happening for as long as I can remember. Thought it was some druid's prank when it started. One of their spells gone awry. I even asked a crow once if it had anything to do with it. Got no answer, of course. But if this is the way of things, who am I to complain? I get to see the stars from all sorts of places. And the best part? I never have to worry about where to go next. Not in the slightest. The world's a big, messy place, my friend. If the winds of fate decided to carry me themselves, who am I to argue? I'll make the most of it, wherever I land. And look at this. Landed me in a fine garden, with fine company. Fate must think highly of me, eh? Not much, I'm afraid. But I've heard it's a lovely place. Good folk, strong traditions. They've got a treasure here, you know. A shield given to Palamedes of House Tarion by King Arthur himself. Quite the tale, that one. Someday I'd like to see it with my own eyes. Imagine the history in that. Something touched by the old king, still standing proud. Now that's worth a trip, wouldn't you say? Safe travels, child. May fate be on your side.
You're here. Let me look at you. You seem to have recovered after whatever happened at the Menhir. The All-Mother herself must be watching over you. Whatever the All-Mother wanted you to see is between you and her. I can only accept and work with the outcome. Besides, I'm more concerned with the impact your little spectacle had on the sentiments in the village. You've given people hope. Only time will tell if that was misguided or what the consequences will be if it proves true. There is more than one way to spread the All-Mother's grace. Why shouldn't a priestess take part in leading the people she serves? Lord Yvain is in a precarious situation. He needs all the support he can get, and supporting him in this endeavor only benefits the residents of Kunort. Besides, my apprentice Ailey is very talented and can handle all the matters that require a more hands-on approach perfectly well. Here lies Lady Maeve, wife of Lord Yvain Tarion, my dearest friend. The one I couldn't help. You're wondering why I'm here, aren't you? I'm wondering the same. I thought I'd find solace, or perhaps even grief, but all I feel is numbness. Go with her blessing.
Eyes forward and mind your step. Oi, you there, Sleeping Beauty. I saw them carrying you into Yvain's mansion. You feeling better now? Good. Would have been a shame if something happened to the one who lit up the Menhir. No wonder they brought you straight here. Tell me, did you get to see our lord? Or just that snake of his, Anselm? Sorry, stranger. I meant no offense. Name's Morag. I'm the innkeeper around here, though, as you've probably seen, there's not much of an inn left to keep. Truth is, I was hoping that, with what happened at the Menhir and all, you might have Lord Yvain's ear. And maybe you'd be kind enough to whisper a thing or two into it on my behalf? Because he doesn't bother listening to us common folk, even when our livelihoods are at stake. If we're lucky, we get to air our grievances to Anselm, but wait for the Lord's decision is always his answer. How long can we wait? We're not some lazy nobles. We don't just get to put our lives on hold. We've got to eat, damn it. And unlike him, we have to work for our meals. Camelot shut down my inn. Said it was because of the Red Death, but the Red Priests have been here for ages, and they never had a problem with my place. And last I checked, Yvain's still our lord, not one of those Camelotians. What gives them the right to meddle in our business? I know. I was here when the outbreak hit. Lost some of my best patrons. But the Red Priests have it under control now. Every new case gets carted straight to the asylum, and we haven't had one in a good while. I tried talking to the Camelotians. They told me to piss off. Now Yvain's my only hope. I thank you, stranger. All I want is a straight answer. The least he could do is make Camelot pay me some kind of compensation. Damn bastards come in here acting like they own all of Connacht. I'll wait here for you.
The less attention, the better.
I wasn't expecting company. I know. I already asked Anselm to tell her to wait. But Morag's a stubborn one. Honestly, what does she expect me to do? I'm not about to argue the legate over one inn. Not when there are far more pressing matters at hand. I don't doubt that. But Connacht is in a precarious position. I wouldn't be surprised if Denholm shuts the inn down out of fear of rebellion. And I'm hardly in a position to challenge his decision. We all have to endure these inconveniences a little longer. Well, surely she's been given some sort of compensation, hasn't she? Oh, that is unfortunate. I can see why she's upset. Very well. Tell her she'll be paid part of the damages from my coffers, and I'll speak with Denholm about her situation. When I have the time. I can't offer more than that. As long as this stalemate with Camelot holds, reopening the inn is out of the question. That's my final decision. Now, was there something else?
Stay safe.
I've worked there since I was strong enough to lift a tankard full of ale. It's been in my family for 4 generations. I'd hoped to leave it to one of my sons, but Camelot took them too. And all I can do now is pray they come back safe. Eh? Too bad you'll never taste my ale, best in the land, and I don't say that lightly. It wouldn't be the same. The secret to good ale isn't just the recipe. It's the ingredients. It needs Connacht water, Connacht soil. Without that, it's just the same slop they sell everywhere else. And? What did he say? But the inn stays closed? Figures. So now instead of standing around here, I'll be stuck at home, hoping those thugs from Camelot will graciously pay what they owe me. I'd say it's better than nothing, but honestly, it's barely that. Eh? Should have known better than to count on that good-for-nothing lordling. Thank you, stranger. I'm glad at least someone here still cares about the common folk.
Hello there. Looking for solid, affordable gear? You've come to the right place. Ah, but where are my manners? I'm Alwyn, and you, my dear stranger, look like you're in dire need of a resupply. Well, the men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelocians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on but our stalls, the better for us. It's a bit of a shame I'll have to delay visiting my brother at the Horns of the South, but he'll understand. He always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day.
Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons, something to keep you on your feet through the night and help you survive the cold. And all of it made by my own hands, with science. No tricks, no vile spells. Yes, all magic is a scam, an illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience, not some fickle power from another world. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. I've laid it all out, why the magical plague must be wiped from Avalon.
Oh, hello there. Welcome! I haven't seen you around before, but since you decided to visit, I can tell that you have excellent taste. One day, a friend of mine asked me if her new dress looked good, and I told her, you have excellent taste. She was tickled pink and said, oh, do you really think so? And I said, absolutely. After all, you came to me for advice. Now, let's get down to business. My name is Osmond. If you're in need of a bow or some arrows, I'm here to explain everything and offer you some advice. Gossip is for women and innkeepers. You should see Morag for that. She's both. She's a good one. About 3 years ago, I helped her fix her roof because her husband had died, and there was no one else to do it. She still mentions it. Osmond, you fixed that roof better than any roofer could. She tells me that every time she sees me. About Connacht, what do you want to know? There's not much to say. They told us the men here's gone out, and now they want to move us along with it, but the way they're handling it, they've been here for weeks. If I were in charge of the Camelot troops, we'd have been done in 3 days. He's a good man, but that woman of his, oh, mother preserve me. She once set herself on fire along with half the mansion. Yvain nearly lost his life trying to save her. Honestly, I'd have just let her burn. She wants to go up in smoke, be my guest. It's a shame about the mansion, though. I was born here, and I've been shooting a bow ever since I was a wee lad. Even as a nipper, I had better aim than boys 5 years older than me. Around 81 or 82, I remember being allowed to practice with the adults, even though I was only 14 or so. One time, our master, we called him Uncle, gathered us in a meadow. He said, "Lads, we're gonna have a contest. Whoever shoots the farthest gets a honeyed apple and a beer from me." They were shooting and shooting, but I just took one glance, aimed, and whoosh. My arrow flew half again as far as their farthest shot. 300 meters easily. So they turned to me and went, "Come on, Osmond, we can't compete with you. You always win." Osmond, you always win. That's what they said. I could have joined Camelot's army. With my aim, they would have made me one of the royal archers. But leaving was tough, especially since the girls here love to watch me shoot. They'd squeal with delight every time. And in Camelot, during a war, who knows what might have happened, so I decided to stay in Connacht and join the Watch. In the Watch, I taught others to shoot. Some of them loved those lessons so much they kept practicing even after sunset. So I'd ask them, "What are you doing here? You can't even see the target." And they'd reply, "Oh, but the lessons with you are just too short, and we're really excited about archery." I kept participating in tournaments. People often bet against me, claiming I couldn't hit a bird in flight or a birch as thin as 2 fingers. I usually came out on top, earning a decent amount of money. But somehow it all just vanished over time. Then I quit the Watch and began trading in top quality bows and arrows. That's all there is to know about me. Oh, and I have an adult daughter, but I'm not sure if she's still around. She left Connacht and we lost touch. No. Good advice is always handy, especially when it comes from someone experienced. And believe me, when it comes to archery, I'm not just an expert. I'm beyond that. In fact, I'd be surprised if you found anyone on Avalon who knows more about it than I do. Well, find me someone else who's been doing this for over 40 years. Every aspect of it. Back in '84, I was chosen to represent Connacht in the team archery tournament. And I wasn't even a lick over 18 back then. During one round, we were shooting at targets 100 meters away. The target was the size of a small apple and the wind was blowing from the left. So, I took aim and wham! Right in the middle. Even the captain of the Camelot team jumped up and asked, "Have you got any more like this one? Maybe the boy would rather shoot for us." If you were older, you surely would have heard of me. I could have been the first of Avalon's archers. They almost knighted me. But as it happened, I joined the Watch, got married, and, well, that was that. Hey, if only I'd had the common sense back then that I have now. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I've written a letter to Lord Yvain, a few suggestions on how, in my view, he ought to handle this whole business with Camelot. Figured he could use a bit of advice from someone with strategic sense, a head for negotiation, and a touch of military experience. Would you take it to him? You've got younger legs and I'd rather not leave my stall unattended. I'll give you a few coins for your trouble. Brilliant. Here you go. Just don't lose it. I've only got the one copy and I've no mind to write it all out again. Hello. Coming back to me, I see. You must have excellent taste. leaving already? And we were having such a good time. See you later.
You're not here to talk about the men here, are you? Oh, please say no. I've had my fill of that topic for a lifetime. Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. You got a look about you. I bet you've been to some dangerous places, haven't you? I'm Bonksy, by the way. I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition. Want to take a look? Slowly but surely. In Connacht, fewer people than I expected are looking for artifacts, potion ingredients, or adventuring gear, so I'm counting on travelers. Like you. You must be interested in unique enchanted items, right? Oh, of course you are. I've got something, well, peculiar. But it comes with a fascinating story. It's a piece of armor I found on one of my expeditions. A beautiful, knightly breastplate with just one tiny flaw. It screams in pain when it's struck. It's kind of funny, but I'm afraid not many people have the sense of humor to wear it. I'll let it go for a mere 200 coins. All right, deal. I just want to get rid of this gear and hit the road. Oh, one more thing. This armor came with a letter. I found both in the ancestral tomb of the Gévaudan family. Oh, I'm a little jealous, to be honest. This sounds like the beginning of an exciting adventure. I chased the trail myself, but first, I need to sell off my find so I can travel light. With a full coin purse, of course. Good to see you. Oh, all different kinds. Like the ones where you crawl through damp caves or cold tombs, dodge traps, and hope whatever's growling in the dark isn't hungry. Really? Oh, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, maybe I am, but I managed just fine. And I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. If I had to stay in one place, I'd die of boredom. Oh, I just take old, forgotten trinkets. They're no use for the dead anyway. It's not robbery if nobody's around to miss them. Think of it as giving treasures a second chance to shine. A trip to the caves by the bay in the south. The bandits set up a camp there, so I decided to go after their loot. After all, stealing from a thief isn't a crime, right? They were drunk, so I thought I could sneak in and grab the treasure without any trouble. But I guess I underestimated them. They caught on and started chasing me. 4 or 5 of them, I think. I made it to the exit, and then there was a giant ogre on the beach. I barely managed to slip past it, and the bandits backed off. Oh yes, the gods, Avalon, the stars, and most importantly, my magical hairpin that brings me luck. I bought it from a lovely wandering merchant named Malachi. Isn't he? Always with that cheeky grin and a tale to tell. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just passing through. From what I understand, Camelot wants to move it to their place along with the inhabitants, but they prefer to stay. They want to live in one place their whole lives. Can you imagine that?
You doing okay?
one cannot hear you. She walks again the paths she forsook, wading through familiar darkness. Well met, my friend. Strange to see you beneath these noisy skies. I find I much prefer the quiet depths of the sea. There is a place in the depths that calls you. A domain both mine and not mine, lingering on the seabed for centuries. I have a certain fondness for it. I once helped it grow, yet from the beginning, it has been stagnant. Its beginning was your doing, Arthur. Now that you have returned, help it move at last. It calls itself the Sanctuary of Saras. That is a name you should remember, my friend. After all, you would not be here without it. Quite so. Though it would do you good to show some respect for your king. By descending into the coldest depths of the sea. How else? Do not fear. You will not drown. I will not permit it. But there, my part ends. What follows is yours to shape. I trust you will not keep me waiting too long, my friend.
Aram Musil Nago Yisuya.